Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Stranger Things video for today. Definitely wanted to do this one after seeing the finale for Season 2, the full season up to current date. Question for this one is going to be, Trev, what makes Stranger Things so special? And if you guys aren't aware, since the release for Stranger Things Season 2, the premiere episode, Episode 1, so the first episode of the second season, has already garnered over 15 million views on Netflix, which is absolutely astounding considering Netflix has only been around in terms of producing their own series for a few years now, and they've never had a breakout hit to this kind of level to do something like this up to current date. So what exactly is it? What is the quality, what is the special sauce, a secret sauce, so to speak, that makes Stranger Things such a standout series? So first, I'll tell you guys how I got into the series. Last summer, when the first season came out, pretty much doing the videos, doing all the usual stuff, and people told me, like, Trev, there's this new series on Netflix, you gotta check this out, Stranger Things Season 1. So through word of mouth originally is, I think, how it kind of spread around, and people just started talking it up, talking about it, going into the second season. Same thing, just everybody's so excited to see what they have for the second season for Stranger Things, and it definitely was not a disappointment, I would say. But what is it that makes the series such a standout, or something that could even be having the potential to get 15 million views pretty much in a couple weeks for a Season 2 premiere, which is just unfathomable. It's just crazy to understand, considering it only had one season prior to that. Personally, I think Stranger Things did something that no series has pretty much done, that I've seen recently in the last maybe decade or two. It pretty much brought back a dead genre. So Stranger Things pretty much has attacked, I want to say, that childhood 80s, sci-fi, I want to say, kind of pop culture that was around back in the late 80s, early 90s. That really nowadays is pretty much dead. Now, we do of course have sci-fi movies. There's Sci-Fi Channel. There's, movie like Star Wars. You have this kind of thing, but that kind of childhood sort of coming of age type of story that was so popular in the 80s. You had E.T., you had, so many, like The Exorcist, for example. You had, just a lot of different 80s movies and 80s style that has pretty much synth and all the things that made that decade and that period so kind of different from the late 90s and definitely 2000s and now into the 2010s. They kind of created a series that's sort of like a time loop that puts you back into this type of time frame and does it with such expert precision that it's genre-defining stuff. It's basically zombified, or it's brought back to life, that 80s style of, coming-of-age childhood type of story that was so popular back then that is very rarely explored nowadays, and just doing it in such a high quality that it's just, it's going bananas. It's absolutely exploding. I'm sure Season 3 won't be any different. But just the quality that makes it what it is, I want to say, is the original premise, which is to do something like this to kind of bring back that period that really nobody else is doing. Nobody else is producing. We do have some starting now, like we've had It, for example, which is Stephen King, obviously, which is I suppose sort of in some ways similar. Of course, you even have the actor who plays Mike in it too. But a few years ago, when Stranger Things started production and everything, basically nobody was doing something like this. It's something totally original, I want to say, totally unique to create a ongoing TV series that really takes inspiration from some of these great movies and pop culture and style that was around during the 80s and early 90s that we just don't see it all today. So if you guys haven't seen my review for Stranger Things Season 2, it's in the channel. Definitely check it out, as well as Season 1. If you haven't seen the series yet, I cannot recommend it enough. If you were a child during the 80s or 90s, if you are a fan of kind of those movies or that decade, you gotta check it out. You owe it to yourself. Get a Netflix sub, whatever you gotta do. Check out Stranger Things. Absolutely killer first and second season. Very excited for the future of the series. Can't wait to see what they do next. So those are my thoughts on what I think makes Stranger Things so special. Is just the whole bringing it back, something that was basically dead, and doing it with such expert precision that it's just amazing. So congratulations to everybody involved with the series, Duffer Brothers and everyone else for their part in Stranger Things. What an amazing, fun series, and I'm sure in the future we're going to see lots more series that are kind of inspired by what they're doing here. So taking notes for sure. Amazing stuff. If you guys like this video, please thumb it up below. You can share a favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe to the channel, do so at the bottom left. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again soon for another video. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.